there's news reports that they are considering the likelihood of them joining the AES bloc is significantly high. There was a poll that showed that 55% of the population of the country are in favor of the country joining the bloc. Now, of course, there are economic gains there, which is the fact that, the AES countries want to use the Lomé port for imports and exports, which helps the country economically. Yeah. There is also the security considerations because northern Togo shares a border, I think, with Burkina Faso. And the increasing attacks from GMNI in that particular corridor has necessitated some sort of collaboration and military intelligence sharing between both countries. So there's a national security imperative for them to also join, that particular bloc. But be that as it may, this also creates broader geopolitical implications for us because it appears that we're losing a coastal state to be joining the AES. And I'm not sure what that means for our influence across the region, because if Togo goes and they begin to put pressure, because that would mean serious economic pressure for Benin Republic. And in no time, because they'll be losing a lot of business, to the Lomé port, in no time they may also be pressured towards not fully cooperating with the AES, but at least having some sort of relationship. And that puts us in serious jeopardy, as a country. But I don't know how you're interpreting this seeming interest that Togo now has, for joining the AES. And I might quickly add that there seems to be an amendment in the Togolese constitution that is going to grant the president almost a long life stay in office. And perhaps that's also playing into his calculation that the ECOWAS might be hostile to that provision to extend my stay in office unconstitutionally. And if I align with a group of military leaders, that will give me the kind of legitimacy I need to stay in office longer than the Constitution allows. But like I said, I don't know what your thoughts are.
There should be a change to the treaty, the ECOWAS Lagos Treaty, that says that instead of just choosing to remain on the sidelines until a coup happens and then you go ahead to condemn the coup, why don't you revise your treaty to say that, just like the EU does in, say, a place like Poland and Hungary, whenever they sidestep democratic norms, executive overreaches and the likes, and you call them to order and say, this is going to lead to problems, it's non-democratic, you have to stop that now. So if Gnassingbé is thinking that way, I don't think that ECOWAS is his problem until the coup happens. So Togo's journey to the AES is not something that is starting in December 2025. As a matter of fact, since February, the foreign minister was asked if Togo will be joining the AES states. He didn't emphatically reject the idea. He only said that it is something that the president and the people of Togo will decide, which is, in diplomatic terms, that this person is already one foot at the door. ECOWAS has lost its identity. Yeah. It doesn't know what it wants to be, whether it's an economic grouping or a political union. It hasn't made that. For it to make that, it has to decide and then change its treaty.